Hi, welcome to this edition of Connections. I'm Christy with the Community Foundation. I'm here with my colleague Joe Sorensen, our Vice President of Affiliate Relations. Joe works all around the state of Iowa helping to promote charitable giving. And we've got a program called Keep Iowa Growing, because we know that in agriculture, it's more than just a way of living, it's a way of life in Iowa. And so tell us more about Keep Iowa Growing and why it's important for folks to know more about.
Yeah, well, you said it, Christy. Agriculture can be a way of life here in Iowa. It's the foundation of so many of our communities across the state, and the Community Foundation recognizes that and wanted to develop a unique giving program that helped people, whether they are people that operate and own the farmland, maybe families that inherited the farmland, or even Iowans that have chosen to invest in the farmland as an opportunity. We want to give them a way to give back that's unique to the agricultural assets, but most importantly, give back to the causes that they really care about.
Yeah, I love this program because I grew up on a farm and I did inherit a farm. So, I mean, it's relevant to so many of us in Iowa. How have you seen Keep Iowa Growing play out for the families that we work with?
Yeah, well, one of the first gifts we took into the program was a family from Des Moines. He was a pharmacist by trade, and they started buying Iowa farmland around where he grew up in Northwest Iowa. He was really interested in him and his wife to give back, to help support mission work through their church, to help folks that are maybe food insecure. And while working with their financial advisor, recognized that the farmland that they had invested in might be the right asset to contribute. It was a great way for them to do some tax and estate planning. They were interested in doing it. Their one hesitancy was that when they gave away the farmland, they did not want to see their tenant farmer, Kenny, the gentleman that had rented the land for the last 2 decades, maybe not have the opportunity to farm that land. But through Keep Iowa Growing at the Community Foundation, that family contributed that parcel of farmland. We now own it. Kenny is our tenant farmer still to this day, and that rental income that that farmland produces still goes out and helps support mission work at their church and helping to feed hungry people across central Iowa. So it's really a win-win for all parties involved.
I love that story. And there are more stories like that with other kinds of assets. What's another type of asset that you've seen folks use?
Yeah, even as simple of gifts of grain. We work with a family from the New Providence area. She's very tax savvy, and they're also what I call serial philanthropists. They give to 20 different organizations a year. They recognize that giving grain was a great tax strategy for them to give, but they didn't want to haul in loads of grain 20 times a year every time they wanted to contribute to a local cause. So they now have a donor advised fund at the Community Foundation. They can simply haul in grain when they want to, take some of that grain and contribute to the Community Foundation when it's sold, and those proceeds come to the donor advised fund, and they can simply make distributions from that fund to those 20 different organizations each year.
Well, we're here to plant seeds today, and hopefully those stories did just that. This is definitely something that you want to plan for. And so we have several folks on our team who work within the Keep Iowa Growing program all around the state and with folks here locally. But again, typically we've got a table full of, it might be that we consult with their accountant, their financial planner, sometimes even an estate planning attorney, and get a team together around these types of assets and what we consider sometimes complex gifts. So, Joe, thanks for telling us more about Keep Iowa Growing. Folks could learn more where?
Simply by going to our website at DesMoinesFoundation.org, or you can go to KeepIowaGrowing.org.
That's great. Thanks so much for joining us. And this makes us better together all around the state of Iowa.